Today on SME On Point, our featured business of the week is MergeX. It's a platform that has been launched in the South African market to improve competition amongst internet service providers. The platform develops shared services back-end to overcome obstacles such as limited cash and skills, allowing Tier 3 and Tier 4 ISPs to compete with the Tier 1 and Tier 2 counterparts. For more, we are joined by co-founder Tholo Lerotholi. Tholo, thank you so much for your time. Before we talk about the journey to get here and to have this business, let's unpack some of the aspects around the work that you do for those who are not in the telecoms industry. What do we mean when we talk about Tier 3 and Tier 4 ISPs and how they compete with the Tier 1 and Tier 2?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nastasia, for having me. And if I may, before I answer your question, I wish to express a heartfelt and warm greeting to the women of South Africa and of the globe. Of course, we are in Women's Month. Abo Gogo, Abo Sisbe, to our sisters, of course, and our mothers. They are the bedrock of our society. To answer your question, Nastasia, the Tier 3 and Tier 4 ISPs are essentially the smaller guys. So we consider ourselves the evangelists of connectivity, and so we back the smaller guys through acquiring a stake in their business through equity, or we aggregate the costs through the ISPs that we have acquired, which makes them essentially more competitive when we talk about the larger Tier 1 and Tier 2 ISPs that you referred to.
With that said, then, a lot of the people who come onto SME On Point, there's always this drive or this need to solve a problem within society. What is the need that you're providing or the problem that you're attempting to solve here?
Bridging the digital divide, it is quite evident. I mean, despite South Africa currently sitting at roughly 78% internet penetration, it's quite evident to us that the rural areas are overlooked. If you're talking fiber connectivity, only 10% of our rural areas have fiber connectivity. And anybody who's familiar with connectivity in the urban areas would know that fiber has really come and made its presence known. It's the most reliable connectivity platform at the moment. And so really, as MergeX, what we're trying to do is equip the localized internet service providers through means of raising cash for their businesses. It is an incredibly capital-intensive environment that we operate in the connectivity space or the telecommunications industry. And so MergeX not only acquires the businesses, but we also offer them growth strategy and advice. We also offer them coaching, which we feel is the best way to incubate the next Tier 1 and Tier 2 ISPs, which were founder-led from the Tier 3 and Tier 4 competitors.
How many businesses do you have within your network that you are providing those particular services to, of coaching and, strategy guidance, etc.?
Sure. We are now 11 months into the MergeX project, and we still have the same vigor, same energy. What we have discovered is there are more than 200 potential ISPs for us to acquire. We've shortlisted about 72 of those, which really fit the bill in terms of what we see as the ideal opportunity. These are businesses, as I mentioned, that were founder-led, businesses that have customer base below 30,000 users and show tremendous growth and show potential to acquire greater market share. And so those are the ISPs that we're targeting at the moment. And hopefully the next time we have a conversation, we would have acquired at least 3 over the course of the next couple of months, not the next couple of quarters.
Between you and your co-founder, what is the next strategy after you're done acquiring them? How long do you keep them within the fold, so to speak, and what happens afterwards?
Sure. The beauty really is it's up to the founders of these businesses that we invest in. And so there's a number of paths that they may choose to take. They may decide, they've had a great run. I often make the joke that there is an option for them for fiber to the beach, which essentially means they sell the rest of their business and sail off into the sunset, sip on some pina coladas. Alternatively, they could decide to hold on to a stake in the business, allow MergeX as the holding company to further grow their business and retain equity and see how far we can take this particular project. Of course, the natural competitors or the natural exit would be the tier 1 or tier 2 ISPs who perhaps may take an interest in acquiring a portion of equity in the MergeX stable.
As we wrap up, when we talk to you in the next 12 to 18 months, what do you and your co-founder hope to have achieved?
Sure. Look, really for us, the North Star in all that we're doing here is to see a significant impact for the smaller man, the smaller entities in such an incredibly competitive environment. I'll give you an example of one out in the West Coast that they've managed as a husband and a wife duo who managed to grow their base over the last year to about 8,000 customers. They were previously at 6,000 customers a year ago.
Yeah.
And so that just shows the tremendous opportunity that there is. And that's the kind of impact that we'd like to grow. We believe that over the course of the next 18, potentially 24 months, we'll be in a position where we've acquired at a minimum 30 internet service providers boasting a customer base of 155,000 customers.
Tholo, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. That is Tholo Lerotholi, who is the co-founder of a company called MergeX, which is operating in the telecoms industry.